Outrage growing this morning over a newspaper's decision to publish a map pinpointing the address of people with legal gun permits. It was published by the Journal News, which is based in White Plains, New York. It shows homes where public records indicate someone living there holds a gun permit, part of an article called "The Gun Owner Next Door." They say they got the information from public records. It has readers online furious, including one blogger who decided to strike back and posted the home address of most of the leadership and staff of the Journal News. That blogger is Christopher Fountain, and his blog titled "For What It's Worth" can be found at christopherfountain.wordpress.com. And he joins us now. I got that blog right.
Good morning. Yes.
Good morning.
ChristopherFountain.com. Yes.
Okay. So why did you do this? Why did you basically try to turn the tails and show where these people live?
Well, I just thought they were being hypocrites. They were taking perfectly legal people. In the aftermath of Newtown, it was obviously one tragedy, but somehow they were conflating legal gun owners with some crazed, tormented devil up in Newtown and putting the two together. And I was offended by that, and I wondered how they'd like it if their addresses were published.
Now, was your address published? Do you own a gun?
I do own a gun. I'm a licensed permit carrier in Connecticut. And there were some Connecticut residents who were picked up by that. I was not.
And the implication, I guess, by the newspaper, although we should point out, nobody on that newspaper is coming on our air like you are. No. The implication seems to be that there's something wrong, there's something bad, there's something dangerous here.
Exactly. They've defended their publishing it under the grounds that parents of small children would have the right to know whether there were guns in a house that children were playing at. And the statistics are that a child is something like 540 times more likely to drown in a swimming pool than to die accidentally by a gun. So my thought was go on the property records and show where swimming pools are. The fact that they didn't tied it back to Newtown. The real point was to harass gun owners.
Yeah, well, let me read what the paper's publisher printed. Again, Janet Hassan is her name, is not coming on our air, or as for I know, anybody else's air.
I have her address if you'd like.
I'm sure you do. One of our roles is to report publicly available information on timely issues, even when unpopular. We knew publication of the database would be controversial, but we felt sharing information about gun permits in our area was important in the aftermath of the Newtown shootings. You obviously disagree.
Well, she could have just published the number of gun permits, which is actually quite small. If she wanted to show an issue that there are 2,000 legally registered guns in her county, fine. But the fact that they put the addresses, I've received emails from abused women who are under protective orders and in hiding, and they're terribly afraid that now their names and addresses are all over the internet and accessible through that map.
Let me ask you if you've gotten any nasty emails after you posted where the publisher lives, where these reporters live.
I would say 95% are positive, probably because of the nature of the readers of my blog and where it's being cited. But yeah, I have received some nasty, but I've received that in my life before. So.
Yeah, but I mean, you obviously wanted to make a statement. You've printed, you've posted a lot of people that had nothing to do with the gun story.
Absolutely, and in fact, originally I just did the publisher, the editor, and the reporter's names and addresses. Other readers started digging around and supplied it, and as they came in, I published those too. And I'm not, they used a blunderbuss to publish every licensed permit holder, whether it's abused wives in hiding, retired. I've received a call from a retired New York City detective who had been receiving death threats after that map was published. So I thought I saw nothing wrong with using the readers' research and posted all.
Well, thanks for joining us. A bold move.
Okay, thank you.
We'll read your blog from now on. See what else you're going to have posted.
Lots of interesting stuff.
Thanks a lot. Okay, take care. Alina?